I know people can say, oh, you hop around, you seem confused, you don't know what you want to do with your life. Yes, you're your 20s and that's what it's for. You don't know your purpose in life. You haven't found yourself. You don't know yourself. Have no business being somebody's wife. Talk more of being somebody's mother. So hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hey girl, my name is Lucy. I always say to stay subscribed. We have a good time on this channel. Now, so anything by the title, today's video is going to be 5 selfish decisions to make in your 20s. Now, without further ado, let's just jump right into the video. This video is a little bit nerve-wracking for me because of the topic, asking you to be selfish in your 20s. We all know that when they say someone is selfish or selfishness in general, it's always leaning towards the negative side. It's always a negative thing actually. But I have to tell you this because I'm still in my 20s and I wish I knew these things earlier. I wish I had someone who would tell me these things earlier. I would have probably made the decisions that I made sooner. Your 20s are quite forgiving. Your 20s are for you to explore, to go on adventures, to find yourself, to understand life, to start understanding life, not to understand life fully. In fact, you're a baby, you're just starting to get, with the program. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Don't let anybody tell you that in your 20s is when you're supposed to be a billionaire. Some people, it happens for them. It's not always the case. You're shaping your 30s and the rest of your life from your 20s. You're setting the foundation for things, and you have to make certain decisions that will hurt people, decisions that will make people not the happiest with you to be able to achieve certain things in life. You need to come to that point in your 20s where you're like making necessary changes, you're making necessary sacrifices, taking necessary risks for the rest of your life, to shape the rest of your life actually. That's what I mean by taking selfish decisions, because in your 20s you have that free will to make mistakes. In fact, you should make a lot of mistakes in your 20s. Your 20s is when you try things, you fail, you pick it back up, you keep it going. Your 20s is when you try different things, you put your hands and dabble on different things, career, education, businesses, all that stuff. You dabble into them in your 20s just to, find yourself. You're finding yourself in your 20s. And not to say that it's too late for you in your 30s. It's not, because you're still very young. But I'm saying your 20s is when it's so forgiving. You're exploring life. You're seeing things from a whole different lens. Don't let anything or anyone hold you back. I know it's different for everyone. We're all not cut from the same cloth. So our life experiences are definitely different. There are people that literally have their life set and baked at the age of 23. It's not everybody. Now, my first selfish decision, this is one of the scariest things for most people, is to move away from your city, your hometown, or your country if it's holding you back. If you feel like where you are limits you to achieve certain goals, my love, stand up and move. And I know this is the most nerve-wracking thing. I actually made a big move from Nigeria to Hungary back in 2015. It's the hardest decision that I've had to make in my life, to stand up and move by myself to a country where I had never left Nigeria before. It was the first time. It was a decision I made out of nowhere because I knew that I wanted more for myself, and I knew for a fact that where I was at that time, I wasn't going to go anywhere if I had stayed there. I just knew that in my head. You feel like where you are, there isn't enough opportunity for you to, explore. Get up and move. I know sometimes finances also come into play on, how to move, where to move to, and all that kind of stuff. Plan yourself. Plan yourself, and believe me, you'll get it done. In your 20s, you don't have a huge commitment that is pulling you back. In your 30s and moving up, you're going to have a lot more to consider before you make such a huge move. Move to that city, move to that country that you've always wanted to. Try it out. What is the worst that could happen? The more you procrastinate, the more time you lose, and time you can't get back. My second selfish decision is to quit that job. This also could be very difficult because obviously finances, like money, right? But take it like this. Would you rather be in that job that emotionally drains you, you hate doing? You spend 2 years, then spend 3 years, then spend 5 years. Automatically you're trapped because you've given in a lot of commitment. You have stayed in that job, you have given it a lot of your time. The more you stay, the more it gets hard for you to leave. Quit that job if you feel like it is not serving your purpose, if you feel like it doesn't make you feel your happiest. In your 20s, explore. Change career paths completely. If you try a 9 to 5 and you feel like a 9 to 5 is not for you, try starting a business. You start a business, you feel like it's not for you, try social media, online marketing, whatever you want to do, you start to explore in your 20s. Don't let anyone tell you that, oh, you have to go to school, then you graduate, then you find a job. In regards to the degree you studied, then you sit in that office and waste your life. I work in a field that I genuinely love, and it's far from what I studied in uni. I went for what I like. Before I chose to get into this industry that I'm working in right now, I had tried other industries as well. I had tried my field of study as well. It wasn't working. It wasn't just giving me that satisfaction and fulfillment that I wanted as a person. I knew it wasn't for me, and I'm so glad that I switched when I switched, and thankfully I started early enough. I can't imagine myself doing something else. And also, I love YouTube. I love creating content. I didn't want to pick one over the other. I ended up doing both of them. And you can too. Look for what makes you genuinely happy and do it. Whatever you do, I have mentioned this before, no matter how stupid you think it is, monetize it. No matter how little and irrelevant you think that it might be to people, just get up and do it. You don't know how well it would do or how it would do in general if you don't take the risk and try. I know people can say, oh, you hop around, you seem confused, you don't know what you want to do with your life. Yes, you're your 20s, and that's what it's for. Your 20s, you don't know what you want to do. That's the reason why you're hopping. You're trying to find what you want to do. Don't let anyone shame you for taking that risk. Don't let anyone shame you for finding yourself and finding your purpose in life. If somewhere isn't serving you, I'm holding my ear because I just want you to hear me. Somewhere isn't serving you, somewhere isn't pushing you or empowering you, move. Now, my third selfish decision for you to make in your 20s is to prioritize your mental health. Prioritize your mental health. Set strong personal boundaries. I have spoken about personal boundaries on my channel. I'm going to link that video in the description box below just so you'd understand what personal boundaries are and how to set them. Prioritizing the decisions that you've made, whether it's the decision to move to a different city, a different country, wherever. Standing by that decision of you quitting that job 3 weeks after you got it, knowing fully well that you struggled for months to get it, that is self-care. That is you telling yourself that, yes, I might have struggled so hard to get to this point, but getting here, this is not what I want. I'm going to leave. Don't let anyone shame you for prioritizing your mental health. If anyone is triggering you or anyone doesn't agree with your values, you cut them off. Your 20s comes with a lot of pressure. Could be from your family, could be from friends, could be from anyone, society, to get your life together. What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? How do you want to do it? It's the kind of questions you get in your 20s. There's already a lot of pressure enough. Prioritize your mental health. Don't let anyone put you in a situation where you begin to question yourself, question your decisions, question your values, your beliefs. Knowing how your 20s can be, you could easily fall into depression and anxiety because talks everywhere, pressure everywhere, people doing what they're not supposed to do, say what they're not supposed to say. It's easy for you to fall into a deep dark hole. It's easy for you to be distracted and swayed in your 20s. Prioritize your mental health. If something is not serving a great purpose in your life, if someone in your life doesn't empower you in any way, cut off. Always put yourself first. I have said this and I'll keep saying it. Now, my fourth one is one that might not be for everyone. Making that selfish decision to not settle down, or settle down but not having kids in your 20s, is one to actually consider, especially in situations where you feel like you're not ready. If you're not ready for a relationship in your 20s, do not get in a relationship in your 20s. Don't let the pressure of family, don't let the pressure of friends, don't let the pressure of social media, don't let the pressure of life get in your head to make you think that, oh, your 20s is when you should be getting married and having babies up and down, while you haven't done the inner work in yourself, while you've not even healed from your past traumas. You still haven't found yourself and your purpose. You don't know who you are. You think you can bring another life into this world and guide them through life? Absolutely not. People make the selfish decision to not get married or to not have kids in their 20s for different reasons. Some people want to prioritize their career based off of the fact that they don't come from a wealthy background, so they just want to have their lives together first before they actually start, another family and stuff, which is completely fine. Whatever floats your boat. If you just don't see yourself being a wife in your 20s or being a mother in your 20s, don't let anybody tell you otherwise. I have heard a lot of people, seen a lot of people talk about, you have to do it in your 20s. Your eggs are falling off. Your body is dying as a woman. You are this, you are that. My dear, don't let those talks make you get into a marriage that is going to cause you to be depressed for the rest of your life. If you feel like you don't know your purpose in life, you haven't found yourself, you don't know yourself, you don't even know your left from your right, you have no business being somebody's wife, talk more of being somebody's mother. That is too much, too soon. Now my last one is unapologetically cutting people off. It is not a selfish thing. Don't let the devil tell you that it's a selfish thing to cut people off. People that are clearly disrespecting you, people that are clearly not serving you any good, making your life hell. Let me tell you something about friendships. Now, friendships in your 20s, very, very crucial. If you have the wrong people around you, you could get completely lost. So intentionally picking who comes around you, who you let into your life, is key. And if you see that someone is not respecting you, someone doesn't respect your personal boundaries, someone is being toxic, cut them off without explaining yourself most times. Sometimes you could have a conversation just to let them know that the friendship is over. Most times you can make the decision to just go away, and that is fine. And that's being selfish, but then that's being good selfish, because you're prioritizing your peace, your mental health. Friendships in your 20s can either make you or break you. In most cases, we've seen when it breaks people real bad, that they can't even pick themselves up. If you're mixed with the wrong people, they will sink you. They will keep sinking you. Understand that friendship is not by force. You can have friends at any point in your life and they'll be the best people that you've ever met. You could meet someone when you're 40 and they would be the best friend that you've never had in your life. You need to understand that you cannot die on the line for relationships and friendships. You can't. If it's toxic, you leave. If it's not serving you right, you leave. It's giving you headache, you leave. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to keep chasing people or making people love you the way you want to be loved or treat you the way you want to be treated. People have a mind and a brain of their own and they do whatever they want to do. So if someone is not giving you what you want them to give you, it's because they've chosen to not give you that. And you need to know this and know peace. Again, it is okay to be selfish as long as you're protecting your peace, your happiness, and yourself. Now that's pretty much everything that I have for you guys in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. So subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Follow me on Instagram if you haven't followed me. Everything is linked in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.